Hi, today we're going to talk about half reactions. This is page 5 in your packet, and we're just going to go through this as we talk about the half reactions. So first thing is that a half reaction shows us whether reduction or oxidation is occurring. So the first part of this question says that half reactions help identify if reduction or oxidation occurs. And we're going to compare the oxidation state of an element as a reactant and as a product to figure this out, and that's what we're going to go through today. So first of all, let's just remind ourselves, remember that oxidation means that we're losing electrons, and reduction means that we're gaining electrons. So here's a half reaction. And we're going to compare the oxidation state of silver as a reactant and as a product. So right here, what we're looking at is this silver, comparing it to this silver. So right here, if we remember our oxidation number rules, rule number 2 states that whenever we have an ion, the oxidation number is always the charge of that ion, which is going to be a +1 in this case. And then over here on the product side, silver is by itself. Whenever you have an element by itself, or it's the same type of atom repeated, it's going to be 0. So we've got a +1 and a 0 for our oxidation states for this half reaction. So the question here is, are our oxidation numbers increasing or decreasing? So we're going from a +1 to a 0. So is that an increase or a decrease? Think about that for a moment. That's a decrease, right? Going from a +1 to a 0. So whenever our oxidation number decreases, it shows reduction. That's how you're going to remember whether it's reduction. Okay, let's look at the second example. Right here we have zinc atom going to a zinc ion. So what are the oxidation states of zinc and zinc with a 2 positive charge? So right here, our zinc is by itself, so it's going to be a 0, just like it says right here. On the product side, zinc is an ion, it's a +2, so that's going to be a +2. So is that an increase or a decrease? So again, we've got a 0 going to a +2. So we're just looking at those. Increase or decrease, that shows an increase. When we have an increase in oxidation number, it means oxidation is occurring. It means we're losing electrons. And if you notice, and these are half reactions, sometimes there are electrons in them. So this is just showing that we're losing electrons when it's on the product side. Okay, so just to review, when the oxidation number increases, oxidation occurs. So right here we're showing that this is a 0, this is going to a +1. If it's increasing the oxidation number, then it's going to be oxidation. When the oxidation number decreases, reduction occurs. So here it's a +1. On the product side, it's showing a 0. That is going to be reduction when our numbers, our oxidation numbers decrease. Okay, here's just a visual for you. Remember that reduction is the gain of electrons. ON means oxidation number. So when our oxidation number decreases, or reduces, as I like to say, that's going to be reduction. When our oxidation number loses electrons, our oxidation means that we lose electrons, but when the oxidation number increases, that means oxidation. Okay, so again, when the oxidation number increases, that's when we're going from, example, like an A to an A positive. This shows oxidation. When the oxidation number decreases, like B plus going to a B, this shows reduction. Okay, let's do a few more examples. Let's do examples 1, 2, and 3 on this page. Okay, we're going to identify the oxidation states and then tell if oxidation or reduction has occurred. So let's look at this example right here. Oops, let me go back. Okay, right here, we're going to look at the reactant. Calcium is by itself, so it has a 0 oxidation state. On the product side, it's an ion. It has a +2. So what's happening here? 0 to a +2. Is this an increase or a decrease? This would be an increase. An increase in oxidation number means that this is undergoing oxidation. And we're showing right here that we're losing 2 electrons in the process. Okay, our next example. Is a sodium ion going to sodium. The sodium ion has a +1 charge, so that means it's a +1 oxidation state. Over here, sodium is by itself, so that means 0. So our oxidation numbers are going from a 1 to a 0. Is that an increase or a decrease? That would be a decrease or a reduction, and so that's going to be reduction. Notice here that the electron is on the reactant side. Whenever electrons are on the reactant side, it means you're gaining them, which is the definition of reduction. Okay, in this example, we're going from iron with a 3 positive charge to iron to a 2 positive charge. So right here, this is a monatomic ion, so it's going to be the same as the charge, +3 as for the oxidation number. Right here, it's going to be a +2 because it's going to match the charge. So right here, if we go from a 3 to a 2, is that an increase or a decrease? That's going to be a decrease, which means that this half reaction is reduction. And again, if you notice, the electron is on the reactant side, which means we're gaining electrons. Okay, now you're going to do your own practice problems on your homework assignment. I hope that helps, and have a great day. Bye.